Hi, this is Dov Hershkovitz, and this is the second part of the product walkthrough on the log analytics use case for Elastic. In the first part, I've discussed and I've walked through the Discover tab. And in this part, I would like to talk about something that is rather new that Elasticsearch added about a year and a half ago, which is the Log Explorer, which is pretty similar to the concept that we have. And so let's dig into that. As you can see, in order to access the Log Explorer, I just need to expand the left navigation pane, and clicking on the logs will get me into this console. Now, a few things that are different from the Discover part, as you can see. I have, first of all, this is a console-like display. I have the ability to conduct infinite scrolling, which is different than what I used to have in Discover. In addition, I can click on any line here. And when I click on it, there will be a flyout, and I can see all the log structure. So maybe about the log, let's go back. About the structure. So the structure, I can see the timestamp, I can see the data set, and the message only. Unlike what we had in Discover, where we saw all the field parameters. Now, I can see the field parameters when I'll click on each line, and each line I can see the structure of the logs. Now I can filter by a specific attribute. For instance, I can see that one of the parameters is host OS platform CentOS. If I'll just click here, it will automatically populate the search bar with the CentOS filter, and all the logs that I'll see here are the one that has this parameter. Let's see what else do I have here. So I can do a stream live. So this is a log tailing. So you can see that Elastic is fetching the latest logs. And now I can pause. Another nice thing that they added is the ability to drill directly from logs, from a specific log line to APM, if you have APM configured, and to view the status in uptime. Uptime is the solution for, similar to Pingdom, making sure that your endpoints are up and running. So based on the host name, I think, or the domain name, they cross-launch the uptime UI. We can click on this and see how it looks. And so based on the container ID I see here, okay. So if I had everything set up, and I had also an uptime monitor that discover automatically containers, I would have seen the monitors that are filtered by the container ID. Let's go back to the logs. Okay. Let's see what else. So I have some sort of a histogram on the right side where I can see I can jump through a specific point in time. And if I have data gaps, which I don't have here, I would be able to see it. Or if I had a stream of log that arrive in a specific time, I would see a histogram. So here in this demo, there is a constant stream of log, and this is why it looks like that. In terms of the time picker, I can only choose a specific point in time that I want to get into. And if I choose, for instance, 8 a.m., so it's somewhere in the middle. It take me to a point that whatever I see in the screen, the time that I selected is the exact is located in the center of the Log Explorer. Let's see what else. So I can select if I want like a soft wrap, text size, minimap scale. I think this is this one here. Let's see. Yes. So this is the scale. I can scale it by year, by month, by week, day, and so on. Nice. See the highlights. What's the highlights? In highlights. I think this is a search. Let's see. Yeah. So so it is highlighting a word, I guess. Yeah. Nice. And it is also using the same, the search bar, it is also using the same query language, the KQL, the Kibana query language. If I will just start typing a keyword. In the previous example, we looked at Kubernetes. So I'll just start typing and it will automatically it will not autocomplete, but it will provide me all the suggestions that are available. So let's look at the name. Look for something human readable. So Kubernetes dot namespace. That's okay. So same. I have all the operators equal. If I'll just wait a few seconds. Okay, I see there is only one namespace, but I can see the namespace. So I don't need to remember what is the namespace, or maybe if there is a more, it's a little buggy, anyway. So I guess there are probably multiple. So I don't need to remember what are the pod names that I have. I'll just wait for a few seconds. And it provides me all the pod names, and I can filter by a specific pod name, and I can add additional operators and additional. You can create a really large query. The filter by. Now I see only the logs that are coming from the pod name, the Nginx one. Okay, and I can see the histogram here. Let's look at the setting for a second, see what we have here. So, so this is the source of the data indices that I can select, or I can choose the log explorer to look at. So basically all the logs that are, I don't see here all the logs that are coming from to Elasticsearch. I see only specific indices with these parameters that are coming from FileBit -star and also Kibana sample data logs. And so if I have a different index, and some users can configure their own index, then I would need to change the name here, the name of the index here, in order to see it in the Log Explorer. I need to select the timestamp, and I guess there are more. I can add columns. Okay. Timestamp and message are the common one. There is the field with the data set. I can delete it. And if I go back, I need to save. I think I'm read only here, but basically I can add and remove additional rows from this UI. I can do a force refresh. I guess this is it. Yeah. Okay, maybe one more thing. I know that there is an ability to navigate to the Log Explorer. Discover, which is the previous page that we looked at, is the landing page for Kibana. But I know, so this is for instance uptime monitoring. So and I'm looking at a specific URL and I see if it's up or down. I can go to here and I should be able to see show pod logs. And if I'll click on this one, I would be redirected to the Log Explorer, and the search bar will get pre-populated by the pod ID. Yeah, so this is the pod ID. There aren't any logs from here, but I think you get the point. There is also a navigation from the APM. Let's see if I can find it. There should be a way to drill into the logs from here somewhere. Traces from pods. So, yeah, so from the action on a specific trace, you can select either to set the container log, and it will be filtered by container if it has a container ID, host log, and it will probably filter by maybe the host name, and the trace log filter by the trace ID, probably. Let's just jump into one of those. And it's the same concept. I will get redirected to the log explorer, filter by, I click on the container, so it will be filtered by the container ID. Even if there are logs, I would see those. Filter by container ID. There aren't any logs. But yeah, that's the idea. Yeah, I think this is it. Thanks. Bye.